guys, right now I'm about to actually start up with my live session, so just waiting for participants to be able to be in. This is one of those mini sessions that I want to come. This is the first session that we're having. Each and every Monday we're going to be having a session at close to 10:30 in the morning. Yeah, so what's the purpose of the session? It's going to be literally, obviously, I'm unpacking. I'll be unpacking what I'm seeing in the markets, on some of the pairs that I actually trade, because I only trade specifically those trades or those indices and currencies. And on top of that, it can just be a young session. Like maybe if you guys got any questions, or maybe you're just going through a difficult time whereby you need clarity on something, I can help. Because I believe at this level where I'm at, I'm not supposed to just be telling someone what Forex is, the basics of Forex, but instead I should be here to help you out in terms of anything that you need. That's a challenge. Like when you're trading and you bump into this challenge, that's when I come into play. When you just want clarity on anything that has to do with your trading success, that's where I come in. When you want someone to just look at the results or your goals and or whatever that you want to achieve, whatever that you want to do, and the steps that you need to take, I think I'm the right person for that. But not for other things. Like in other things, I believe we've got a team of mentors. Currently we've got like over 6 mentors that are in the Forex Jesus family. So yeah, let's just make sure that we're making the most out of each and every moment we get with one another. And I'm glad that we started this on January, because one thing that I've noticed, guys, is that January, normally the beginning of the month, January, February, March, that's when the market is gonna respect our trades. That's when the market is gonna play out more likely. Because I had people that came up to me, last month, December, and they were like, yo, my strategy, I don't know this, like, ever since actually October, November, December, people were like, this is not working out and stuff. And that's very normal. Like, within the markets, that's very normal when things are not working out, especially approaching end of the year. But the beginning of the year, things start to fall back into place, and then it's going to be a beautiful slow upward trend moving forward throughout the whole year. You understand? So it's very important of us to know the market condition, know what type of market conditions that you guys are trading. So one thing that you can do in order to just master or know your market conditions, what I done is that I went back to January 4 years ago. I started 2017 January, 2018 January, 2019 January, up until the current 2021 January. So you can be able to see some more back test just that 1 month, and then you'd be able to see what the month is like for you. And that way it can help you in terms of either placing those trades that you see, or if it's not a good month, then you know that you can either reduce the risk, or that you can either play around with, just don't trade as much as you do see setups. You understand? So that's what it helps with. It's just the market conditions, strategies and everything, they work out perfect. You don't have to change anything. You just have to know what works out for you or not. And my take profit was here. So I had a setup that was like this, something like this, because this engulfing candle, yeah, something that was like similar to this. Obviously this being first target, yeah. But yes, it did go up a bit, and then it played, and then it couldn't break above here, because I was like, once it does break above here, that means that I'm confident I can even scale in and stuff. But it didn't, and then it shot all the way to the downside. It shot and then it took me out and stuff. So when this happened, as soon as it played around here, I was still able to capitalize on the sell, because once it does happen to be this way, I have another scenario that I would say, if price happens to break and close below here, I'll just take this position, put my stop loss just a bit above here, and then obviously my first target being here, and my second target being all the way to the downside. And I think I capitalized with this one all the way. I didn't take profit here. What I done is that once it was still moving downwards, I maximum profits that I took was like maybe here. Yeah, I took maximum profits here, because obviously it went down and then played a bit. Once it did go down again, what I was able to do is just unlock maximum profits just here at the bearish engulfing, that just after the bearish engulfing. So then the next bullish engulfing that came through, it actually is the one that took us out here. So right now I'm more focused on managing my trades instead of trying to make the most. Like obviously if I left it all the way down to here, now it would have been like, it would have been instead of 1.1%, it would have been 6.6%. You understand? So I'm not saying that, yeah, I missed out on a 6%, it's bad, 1, 2, 3. No. The fact that I was able to still put capital at risk and then protect my capital and still go back home with profits over 1% even, that's amazing. That's nice. So I think those are things that we need to be looking at. Because even when I started looking for traders at the office, the one thing that I noticed out of all these years that I was trading, I noticed that it doesn't matter if you can take an account from like maybe 1,000 all the way to 10,000 and stuff. That doesn't matter. Anyone can do that. You understand? Anyone can do that. But the most important thing is now consistency. Can you do that every day? Can you do that every week? Can you do that without risking all your account? Because you're blowing your account. If you don't have a trading account, if you've blown it, you're not a trader. You're just an analyst. So we don't want to become analysts. We want to continue being traders like on a daily basis. So I have to protect my capital. That's the most important thing. And I have to preserve it, make sure that it still continues to trade and trade and trade and trade. So you shouldn't be focusing more on just capitalizing that, like, growing that account massively. You should be focused a bit more on the risk management side. Even with the new program that we started now in the 3.0 Reloaded, whereby we're helping traders be able to pass at prop firms, is because of the fact that we're able to see oh, this is actually what needs to be done in order for one to pass, instead of one just taking that account from $10,000 all the way to $5,000. We don't need that. We just need one to be able to follow this specific risk management strategies. That way you're gonna be able to get to your goals, because with that you can reach your goals easy. That's why I can sit down with you and ask you, how much do you want to make by the end of 12 months? You give me, and then I'll give you a proper plan of how you can get to that. I've sat down, I've done that with myself, I've done that with people. So it's because of risk management. It's not because of, I'll tell you, this is, you have to double your account every month, you have to do. No, I'll just give you a proper um implementation strategy, whereby I'll be like, okay, no, you have to risk this much with these many trades that you're taking a week according to your strategy. Obviously there's a high chance of your probability being like this and this, and your returns basically in a month would be this much. So you'd need to continue trading this way, maybe fund this much each and every single month, which is going to help you by the end of the year, 12 months, you're going to be able to, maybe you live your income target. Maybe if you want to live off like maybe 50,000 rands every single month, that's your income target, then you can do that. You understand? That's just like a plan that you come up with, unlike just wanting to make maybe over 6 figures every single month without any plan or target, and without any, like, proper investments. I was covered in the week right here, this beautiful week right here that actually showed price retesting on. So it's a very strong one. It's a very strong one. And if you want to be buying, your lowest stop loss can be around here. At, like, when I say your lowest stop loss, I mean in terms of when you are now buying maybe, and then it still goes down, it takes you out, the most maximum stop losses can be here. Because what I would do is that I wouldn't buy, let's say, here and put my stop loss here. For me, it's a bit too much. It's a bit, even though I'm looking to take profit be here, that's a bit too much. I would rather have my stop loss be at least somewhere here, because there'll be candlestick confirmation. I'm waiting for a candlestick confirmation. You understand? So even if, let's say now, for instance, 1 hour, this 1 hour candlestick did close. Okay, it's gonna be closing in 5 seconds. But even if, like, I'm moving on, the next candlestick, you can see how this one here closed. Next candlestick, once it becomes a bullish, and maybe if it closes above here, then I wouldn't mind taking that buy, and then just putting my stop loss below here. You understand? Yeah, yeah. Like, take profit being here 3.2, and then I know that second take profit being all the way here. I'm just looking for something like this, and once it does, even if it takes me out, I'm happy. I again went in the markets with how I wanted to be in the markets. And you should know, like, even if it does go down, it goes against us. Don't become a victim of the market. Like, know that there can be another entry where I did say there's a buy zone. There can be another entry somewhere around those numbers. Okay, you see how this candlestick, this did closed massively. So we've been speaking about it, closed massively. So I'm happy with how it actually did close. So now the only important thing is trying to capitalize all the way to the upside now. So this is how I'm taking this trade basically. stop loss super minimum. It's not having small stop losses such as this. It's not for most people or a lot of people, because it takes up, like, I can take 2 losses in a row, but that one profit that I'm gonna take is gonna bring back my losses and put me in profit. So someone is not gonna be comfortable with taking those 2 losses in a row. You understand? And they'll start changing their risk. They'll start changing their lot sizes. Do all those things that you shouldn't be doing in the market. So normally when I see this, what I'll do is that even if my stop loss is here, what I'd normally do is that I can easily adjust and say, maybe put it here. And after this beautiful candlestick, this I'll see it as, okay, it broke out support. Now it's support. Let me reduce. So if my risk was 1,000, I've put it here. So now I've literally like locked. Instead of 1,000 being lost, I'm gonna lose like 400. You understand? So this is literally how I'm more focused on protecting my money instead of making a lot of money. You understand? So someone out there will be more focused on making a lot of money. So my method is not gonna work for them. Okay, so we just killed our session. Like, we're done with our session, our Monday session. So I decided that, like, throughout this whole year, I want to dedicate my time into, like, each and every Monday having these sessions with, like, my team members, just so I'm able to grow a closer relationship with them. And I'm just able to you know continue sharing the information that we get. So yeah, because whatever that I knew 2 years ago is not what I know now. I'm more into protecting capital, protecting risk, compared to, because now there's, like, when you get to a specific level, there's, like, maybe a lot that you can start to lose. There's a lot to lose, so you have to protect that, instead of, like, just focusing more on wanting to make more, wanting to make more, wanting to make more. So that's it. So we took so far I'm done one trade. We took one trade on US 30, and I was just managing it, and luckily, with that, like, I bought it, and then it played out super perfect. I'll just take a small cut from the live session so you guys can be able to see it played out perfect. But what happened is that automatically, when I start seeing, okay, no, this candlestick done this, I moved my stop loss into, not into breaking, because it wasn't like into massive profits and stuff, but I just made sure, instead of losing 1%, I think I lost 0.70%. So it's nice. Like, instead of losing 1,000, you lose 700, which that 300 you saved. So it's gonna be capital for the next future trades that you're gonna be involved in. So, but yeah, so I will just continue updating you guys throughout my day, and I'll just continue updating you guys with these setups that I'm seeing. Okay, so one of the reasons we didn't take this sell that we saw, because I could have easily took it, because at the end of the day, guys, I was active on the charts. One of the reasons I didn't take it is because of the risk reward, guys. Look at this, risk compared to reward. What does our final stop loss area is here in terms of buys. So it doesn't help if I'm gonna take a sell that's gonna give me just 1.6. Like, the risk is not worth it. You understand? Even if there's a high chance of me hitting, there's a lot of people that are trading a method of risk compared to that are trading a method of 1:1, that the risk one to make one, but I'm not comfortable with that. And that's, like, the most simplest way to take profit, because 1:1, like, you take profit, like, depending on your strategy, every single time when you get that 1%, you take profit. So for us, when you even get to 1%, we adjust our stop loss to 0.50. When you get to 2%, we move to break even. So you see that it has, on our side, like, it takes up a lot of time and stuff, but that's how we love it, because that's the most better way that you can make the most. Like, with just one trade, I can literally take a loss today, I can take a loss tomorrow, I can take a loss the next day. But that one trade that I'm gonna be making, just this one buy that I'm gonna catch here, go all the way up, is gonna, like, take care of, like, what, the next 2 or 3 weeks. You understand? So that's one thing that I like about it. But yeah, this is what I'm now looking at. So yeah, even if it doesn't come all the way here, but if it even just comes at this whole section here, that's when we can buy. Because the most important, sell that, because the most important thing about this is that when you're selling, you need to sell whereby you are gonna be able to put your stop loss. You understand? So when you're buying or selling, you need to look at your stop loss before even how much you're gonna make. Look at where your stop loss is gonna be. Okay, it's gonna make sense. I won't lose more than enough. I can even play around with it. Like this, if I'm selling here, I know my stop loss can either be here, or my stop loss can either be here, depending on, this is obviously resistance. I don't want it to be back into structure. So that's how normally I would go. I look at where my stop loss is gonna be. Am I gonna protect my stop loss? Perfect. Then I'll start looking at how much is this thing gonna make me. Then from there, I'll start deciding on how long is it gonna take to get there. Like with this one, yeah. Okay, guys. So right now, it was a productive day. I won't lie. we've been hustling ever since we woke up. Rested a bit, but went back to hustling. So yeah, eventually, I was able to just spot that I didn't enter more positions. I only took one trade, so it wasn't the thing whereby when it does, because I was actually looking for a buy, truly speaking, and when the market started like just going down, it didn't give me any more entries to get my buy. So the sell that I was looking for was on Nasdaq, but it's been a while since I've executed a trade on Nasdaq. It's been a while since I've sold even. So yeah, I just wanted to, especially being Monday, I just wanted to just stay off, look, observe, and then knowing that during the week when I do enter, there'll be specifics that I'm gonna be taking. But let me just show you guys quick updates of how the trade actually did play out. Okay, so this is with US 30. So obviously we saw 1 2 third touch. We were looking for only buys here. Our maximum stop loss was here, so it eventually just shut down and shut down. So I left it. It wasn't safe of us to want to enter or something, especially when the price is doing this. So but it was a beautiful sell. So for those that, I know there's most of you guys that would have caught a sell here, because I also did see a sell in a different type of a way. My sell that I saw, I actually thought maximum take profit would be here. You understand? So I did see a sell here, but I thought maximum take profit would be here, so that's why I wasn't interested in it. So with US 100, this one here, the exact same way that we did even speak about in the live session. So with this one, I mentioned to them that, okay, no guys, for you to even think of entering, you need to wait at least for price to, like, when price was still here, I was like, we need to wait for at least price to go a bit more up, then we go down with it. So this candlestick that you're seeing here, it's the one that actually did, go up. It went a bit more up, didn't get to our area, but it went up. And if you were looking at US 104 at the time frame, you would have obviously maybe caught a trade or something here, because it did shoot up and then it started going all the way to the downside. But so far today, guys, I only took one trade, US 30, and it's the trade that actually did take me out. So yeah, I'm just gonna take it easy and relax, because I have more days that I'm gonna be executing on the markets. Okay, so now guys, obviously we had a beautiful day. I had a productive day on top of that. There's a lot of things that I was able to push, a lot of things that I was able to actually achieve. So I'm actually gonna have a meeting now with one of the guys that are helping me with some project that I'm working with, and I'm just excited with the things that are coming up, that are coming forward. Just one thing that you can do is that I'll just make sure that you guys actually do book a call session with one of the mentors at the office, if you actually do need some clarity on certain things. Maybe you want to speak about this or that or that or that, you can book a call. I'll just leave the link in the description. Make sure that you do book, and they'll give you a call, and yeah, you'll get to know a lot of things. But not even that, guys, make sure that you have liked and subscribed. Remember our goal, remember our target, and I know that we definitely get in there, all with the help of you guys. See you on the next YouTube video.